Monday. You live in the city of... Does not impact gameplay. Trades unlock additional paths and dialogue options. Powerful build. Appear in 3 seconds though. No. Ammo pitää valita enemmän kuin... Niin 2 trades. You see the threats of reality in a way others cannot. Smells bullshit, also good at bullshit, no door can hold you. Oh, what was that? You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off and now here you are. Awake again and still exhausted. For a moment you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops in seedy depots that felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. Funeral of her mother, your aunt seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Fortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. So anyway, as I was saying... Oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours talking at you without pause. You're not even sure he stopped when you started to doze off. At first you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. I was up in Maryland looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. And me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff, you know, pushing jokers into the harbor. What's wrong with you? Pushing jokers into harbor. That's awful. What if they drowned? I was such a shithead back then. I'm still a bit of a shithead, but hey, nobody's perfect. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about she was gonna call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend, and he said it hurts a lot, so I guess he really was mad though, and not just playing. She kept swinging and it was getting closer and closer to the edge, so soon enough she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. With a good laugh, but we fished her out and her phone got soaked so he couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that. Aha. And we've been on and off for about a year. So about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me, like for real. You ever just get so mad you just like wanna kill somebody? Seriously, what the hell is wrong with you? Pitäisikö mun tässäkin yrittää olla sen mahdollisimman kusipää? I never feel that way, no. I have never wanted to kill anyone. You're young, you'll get it when somebody tries to break your heart one day. It changes a person, makes them think things they never thought they could. Honestly, I honestly could have killed that woman. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm like into that stuff. I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something. Instead, I always wanted to go there. Siis tää on niinku... Tässä pähkäilee, että se meniskään sen lapsensa synnytykseen. Powerful build, threaten, get your act together. Or someday soon you're going to run into someone who doesn't tolerate your bullshit. You cross your arms and glare at the young man with the menace in your eyes. Alright, maybe you have a point. I guess New York will always be there waiting for me. Where did you say you were headed? I didn't. No need to be nasty, I was just asking, not like I'm gonna follow you off the bus or anything. If you're getting off at at my stop, then you must be headed to Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Holler, as they call it in these parts. That's the only other stop until this bus turns around. I ride it pretty often, so I know almost nobody ever goes up that way. Though come to think of it, I had a couple of buddies who went up went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the holler. You see, there's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are. Thanks, my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook, see how they're doing up there. I hope they didn't die. He looks back at his phone, for once focused on something other than you. This is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me. I have something for you. A stranger rifles through his bag before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. I got them at the gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Plus they tripped all over my back, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Screw you and screw your peanuts. Hey man, I was trying to be friendly. Look, there's still a good 45 minutes left in your journey, pal. Assuming nothing goes wrong, best to have them on hand. The young man sets the peanuts down the empty seat next to him. the juices dribble out through the bottom of the bag into the upholstery, instantly soaking it in peanut brine. And with that, I leave you safe travel, friend. And just like that, you're alone. Though the stranger's peanuts remain on his seat. Now that he's gone, you don't see any need to take his soggy leftovers. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow. End of the line. Almost there. The bus finally comes to a stop. It brakes, squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. But the sign reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best it's a kiosk. Though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the doors behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as the bus pulls away, eager to leave you and this place behind. Hey Rudy. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. No vähän, joo. Powerful build, going for a firm handshake. Tabitha. You make a direct eye contact, straighten your back and extend your right arm. She holds out her hand limply in response. You grip it and squeeze shaking once. Very professional. Tabitha's lip curls in disgust. She pulls her hand back quickly, covertly wiping it on her pants as she turns towards the car. Come on, let's go. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. No sinne se lähti. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Dialogue options labeled Explore can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. Okay. On kaikki Explore. So the funeral. It's on Sunday, right? Like I told you. Open casket, embalming, reception. Have you worked out all the details yet? Taken care of, don't need any help. Tabitha stares straight ahead, her expression tense and icy. Have we ever actually met? Met before, I'm pretty sure this is the first time, right? You have your mom to thank for that. Or had, I guess. I wish I'd known about you. I don't know why my mom left or what kind of grudge yet against this side of the family, but I'm sorry. I wish I'd known about you. Whatever, what's done is done. Onpa tää kylmä tää tyyppi. Tabitha stares straight ahead, her expression tense and icy. How are you holding up? Fine. You don't seem fine to me. Look, I know a bluff when I see one. You don't have to hide how you're feeling around me. We're a family. Even if we just met. He sighs a particularly heavy sigh. Look, I appreciate your concern, but I'm fine, really. Tabitha stares straight ahead, okay? No? I guess we're both members of the Dead Moms Club now. Cousin turns to stare at you, and I see hatred in her eyes. Maybe this would have worked to ease the tension if you were someone else, but she isn't. She turns back to the road, her expression cold and unforgiving. Sorry, and jäine. It's unforgiving. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. On vähän karmeen näköinen talo, herra jumala. Here it is. Kato miten lähellä kielekettä, sehän tää olisi todellista. And here it is, the Scarlet estate, the old family homestead. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to dingy apartments in crazy cities. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning underneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you. A jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long time ago. Kattokaa, nämä on kaikki niinku käsiin piirrettyjä, ilmeisesti nämä kuvat. On ihan älyttömän hienoja. As soon as you enter, you're hit with a blast of dusty air. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive. Each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself stays in the wind. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. Floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom and the kitchen. And hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to the places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. Those street mart lie, it's beautiful. Sit mun voi olla niinku rehellinen, it's beautiful. I don't think I've ever been in a building that feels as powerful than this. Mä olisin voinut valita itse asiassa sen totuuden It's Beautiful, koska tää oli ihan... Siis tosi kaunis talohan tää on, vaikka tää on tämmöisessä kunnossa. You're lying through your teeth. But the Beetha doesn't need to know that. In fact, not only does she not need to know that you're lying, but she won't know. Ever. You're a very good liar. The estate was the prize jewel of this region for a long time. It's quite a magnificent piece of architecture even now. No, kyllä se on. Shall we take our tour? Follow me. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Tip. Some explore options prevent you from taking others. Choose carefully. What if I want ice cream? Then you can buy yourself some at the general store. If you touch my stash, I will know, and there will be consequences. But I'm your guest. I'm your guest. Aren't you supposed to take care of me? I am, hence the BB&J fixins. That'll get you through the week. You don't need me to buy you ice cream. I don't have to. Street Mart. Smart. What an incredible kitchen. This is so nice. It's so much bigger than what I'm used to in the city. Is that a kitchen island? It is, thank you. Alright. Awesome. What's next? Bathroom, follow me. Great, it's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Kissa. On school. We have a cat. Totta kai mä haluan selittää sitä kissaa. Pet the cat. Before following your cousin down the hall, you decide to pet the cat. She bites you hard and hisses violently. The beaver sighs. As you've now learned, you should not pet Fro-Fro. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. Come on, the bathroom awaits. You once again follow the Beetha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights you'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being, you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom, not much to show, it's a bathroom. I'll wait outside, do what you must if you must. En haluais käydä tässä vessassa. It is a nasty, wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mysterious stains paint the floor. En mä voi valehdella tästä, että se mitään jää. Never mind, I don't need to go. You're desperate enough for this. You know, on second thought, I don't think I need to go. You might as well try since we're here. Ihana siistiä, joo. Oh. No kysytään. Is there another bathroom I could use? There's my bathroom and my departed mother's, but this one is the guest bathroom. So you should get used to using it. Oh my god. You lift the toilet seat. Bugs skitter from the bow. Use the facilities. A toilet is a toilet. Sure, it could be a cleaner, but your business needs doing, and this is a good place as any. You do what you must and rejoin your cousin out in the hall. Next up, guest bedroom. Missähän kunnossa tää on? Ei ainakaan tosta pöydästä päätellä niinku vaikuta kovin hyvältä. Joku käytetty hammasarja. Tyhjä desifiointipullo. Last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. The room smells old, dust, mildew, wood rot. It has it all. A week of sleeping in this place might give you permanent lung damage. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kind to get her to do it. So you'd better be grateful. The closet is full of old family stuff. So you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. Need help moving those boxes? No, but I appreciate the offer. Okay. This room is amazing. Mitä niinku, mä pystyn käyttämään nyt näitä mun vahvuuksia täällä. Näitä mun... Mä en tiedä, kannattaako niitä aina käyttää. Who used to sleep here? When? This house is almost 150 years old. Many people have slept here. And now you'll sleep here, carrying on the fine tradition of bedrooms being slept in. Kokeilla what a dump. I hate it. Dump. This is a historic landmark you're staying in for free. City folk really are rude. Each and every piece of furniture in this room is a genuine antique, handed down through the family for generations. Sorry if it's not the flimsy IKEA Mac furniture you're used to. You frankly don't deserve to be sleeping here, if you ask me. But my mother wouldn't want me turning you out onto the street, so here we are. Lucky for you, I have a good enough sense of common decency to continue to host you rather than throw you out on the streets. Okei, se suut. Se flippasi ihan täysin. Mä voin myös kokeillaanko remain silent. You can't think of anything anything else you'd like to say, but if there's one thing for certain, it's that you're not the sort of person who likes to, or who even knows how to verbally end conversations. Okay. You remain silent and wait for Tabitha to say something. I take it you don't have any other questions. Good. Follow me. I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. Some dialogue options will open additional conversation paths. Some right away and others down the line. Rupes kuivaa kurkkua hirveästi. Pystyy kysymään suoraan, että miksi sä on kusipää. Kysytäänkö? Mut sitten täällä on myös näitä ei-explorer-vaihtoehtoja. Kysytään tämmönen. Mä en vielä tee sitä, mä kysyn tämmösen, missä on niin paljon riskejä. I won't keep you, but should hang out when you get back. Alright. Okay, yeah. We'll see. There's a lot that needs to get done this week. Vittu se lähti vaan, mä olisin pystynyt kysymään lisää. Your cousin leaves through the front door. And now it's just you. You and this sprawling, desperate estate. Go straight to the forbidden wings of the estate. Mennään meidän huoneeseen. Settle into your room. Now that your cousin is gone, the aches and pains of your journey sinks into your bones. You stumble back up the stairs to your room, suitcase in town, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. Mun mielestä tässä pelissä on ihan sika hyvä fiilis. Jotenkin tosi hyvä niinku tunnelma. Look out the window. Okay, you can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. If you owned this place, you'd totally get out there with a shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. You'd go out and pull weeds, chop trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you needed to do to return it to its former glory. And once it was all done, you'd sit by the fountain, which of course would have a little goldfish in it, and drink a floral tea while enjoying the bird song. Yeah, you'd definitely do that, just not right now. Examine the painting on the wall. This must be an old relative of yours. Very old, judging by the dates of the inscription. You've never heard of her, but you'd probably heard anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago. So that's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask a bit about this Maribel Scarlet the next time you see her. That is, if she actually in the mood for conversation. Check the closet. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of this closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in here. Pick up the doll. Because you're sharing a room with a creepy doll, you pick it up to examine it more closely. Its tag reads, "Property of Alexandra." No need to carry this around with you. You close the closet behind you. Put your spare clothes in the dresser. Ai vitsi, se on rotta. You drag your suitcase over the dresser and open the bottom drawer. An opossum, lurks within. It's quiet but angry. Smack. Put clothes on top of that. Oh, pardon me. You gently close the drawer, leaving the marsupial in peace. This drawer belongs to the opossum and there's nothing you can do about it. You open the top drawer next. It's empty and good place you'll as good a place as you'll find to put your clothes. Based on the state of the house, you wonder if you'd have been better off keeping your clothes in your nice clean bag, but there's no going back now. Take a nap, you've earned it. You immediately collapse onto the bed. You're tired enough, but being alone in a strange new place won't stop you from passing out. Or so you thought. You cough. A small cloud of dust rises up from the mattress. These sheets might be fresh, but everything beneath them might have been around to see the dawn of civilization. You try to settle in, but the bed is lumpy in strange places. You can feel the springs pressing through the fabric. You might be tired, but you're far from tired enough to get in more than a few minutes of uncomfortable napping. That's enough. It doesn't seem like there's much else for you to do here right now. Miten me pystytään nukkumaan nyt sitten? Ikinä. Ai vitsi, mä haluaisin mennä tänne. Investigate the forbidden wings of the estate. With a bit of gun, there's no one stopping you from going into the forbidden wings of the estate. You immediately try the nearest door only to be embedded by a lock. You're no stranger to opening locks, but this one is difficult. You'll probably need to swipe a key from the bit to make progress into the rest of the home. Ei vitsi, en mä halua mennä varastaa se jäätelöä. Me kerran jo suututettiin sen, ei. Might as well head to town. With your cousin gone, there's nothing for you to really do here. You drop your bags off in your room and head to explore the town. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked the Beta to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slave between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension. Though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. continue down the path. It's really pretty out here. Finally. Oh my god, tää kaupunkihan... Tää on ihan tyhjä. Finally you made it back to town. The holler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. Tää liike ainakin tässä on suljettu. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, the windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Hello, happy dog. Mitä tuossa tapahtui? Mä en edes klikannut mitään, mä en kerännyt lukea tota. Sorry about that. Renton can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. Se on vähän piirteempi ihminen. Totta kai me halutaan selittää heti välittömästi. Sitten meitä on purru jo kissa ja koira. Okei, ehkä me esitellään itsemme. I am Rudy. And I'm Stella. Pleasure to meet you. It's not often I see a strange face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral. Pysty valehtelee. None of your business. Maybe. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. It must be Tabby's cousin then. That's the only person I can think of that would come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her. All holed up in that big house. Hirveä kusipää pystyy tässä kyllä olemaan. I don't know how she's doing, I don't care. Explore, I'm sorry, did you say Tabby? Mä haluan sanoa. Did I hear you right? I can't imagine Tabitha ever going by something so bubbly. She did back when I knew her better. It's been a while. I hope she's okay. Toivottavasti musiikit ei ole iso. I'm worried about her too. She's always been a little rough around the edges, but I figured she'd probably be having a rough go of things. She and her mom were really close. Just okay. To think she's been up in that old mansion all by herself. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even if she doesn't think so herself. Thanks for letting me know, by the way. Are you two friends? I was probably closer than most people have gotten to being able to call her a friend. The school here is really small, so everyone had to at least get along with everyone else. She was a grade ahead of me, but everyone knew her, especially since she's a Scarlet. We wound up bonding a bit when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was a puck and she was mustard seed. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly. but I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. But then she graduated and that was that. And if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Ah, kiva. Kiva. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air, in contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate. The diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. Kaikki kattoo mua. All which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. Vastaakohan nää mitään mulle? Jos mä sanon, että hi everyone, I'm Rudy. Just in time for the funeral. Before anyone can respond, you and Stella casually slide into a booth, pretending you didn't notice everyone gagging at you like a slow attraction. Looks like your entrance was a little more dramatic than you were expecting. Folks around here don't meet many strangers. No. Maanantaina. Tykkään. Niin, ja sit se oli yhtenä toisena päivänä myös. Varmaan siinä sun vie, miten niin? Jalkoja vai? Ei mitään. Tossa. Heittämään aina. Ja nyt tuli hankkaa. Vittu, sellainen niinku ihan tismalta. Mankaalla. Mä luulen, että se oli tullut työpaikan salilla, okei. Olin tiistaina. Mut mä en ollut ite varmaan silloin siellä. Mut väliäkö silloin, on se voinut olla aikaisemminkin just silloin siellä. Missä toi tiedote tuli? Mulle tuli sähköposti. Tiedote siitä, mistä voin sanoa, että vittu mullekin on tullut puhelimeen sähköpostia. Niin sitä mä oon että mutta... Just joo. No voi jumalauta nyt oikeesti. No just silloin. Niinku täsmälleen siihen kelloon aika. Ei saatana. Miten toi on, Pekka, mahdollista, että joku niinku... Onko se pitänyt se henkilön tietää, että sillä on se? Mut se on vaan niinku todettu sit myöhemmin. Niin, silleenhän se menee. Niin, kyllä. Mä käyn veskissä nopeasti ihan kottakas. Okei, anteeksi häiriö. Solmussa tänne. Mä jatkan Pekka höpöttämistä. Mä saan fiksattua tän mun... Ootteko te menossa pelaa nyt? Anna mulle vielä pikkusen aika. Mä aloitin just, tää on tosi mielenkiintoinen tää peli. Hetkinen. Folks around here don't meet any strangers as is, and with who you're related to, well, let's just say you'll be the talk of the town for a while. Hey Stella, I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. They gracefully place a cup of specially brewed coffee in front of Stella. Shucks, thank you, Avery. Can I have some sugar? Sugar. Already taken care of. I know you like your coffee drowned in a cream of sugar. Cream and sugar. Otta koiraa tuolla kattoomaan sille. And here's some bacon for the little lady. Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Anything for you? Order a biscuit and coffee. Could I have a biscuit and coffee, please? I heard they were really good. Best in the county. Every pours the fragrant brew into empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss. Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyways, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral, too, so it'll be a special occasion. Ei mulla oo tullut mitään. Is that like a church thing? Is the potluck a church thing? Would it be weird for me to come if I'm not a member? No. The Sunday thing is coincidental. It's actually hosted by the library. Not too many people go to church around here, if I'm being honest. A non-religious community in the rural south. That's gotta be unusual. I know. We must seem like such heathens. But there are plenty of God-fearing people in town. They just aren't biggest fans of the local church. Mikäs siinä kirkossa on? Tai siinä on vielä. Well, the building's fine, but the bastard's another story. There's just something a little off about the guy. You'll get what I mean if you ever meet him. And unfortunately you probably will. No, mä odotan innolla, että mä pääsen keskustelemaan sen kanssa. Anyway, those are all the big events I can think of. As for the day today, any idea how you wanna kill time for the rest of the week? Antiks mä vastata toi, mut sitten what's your angle here? I'm sure there are some good trails, powerful build. No clue, no clue. Honestly, I have no clue. Well, you're in luck, as you've happened to run into the person who knows all the best stuff to do around here, and has a limitless time to show you around. My boss is pretty forgiving. Oh wait, you probably wouldn't get that joke since we don't know each other that well. I'm self-employed, so I'm my own boss, so I'm forgiving myself. Get it? Mm-hmm. No, please explain the joke. I think you should explain the joke more. Oh, I guess this is self-employed, so that means I'm the boss of my company, which is just me. Yes. So when I said my boss... Pekka, ota sit sipsiä, jos haluat sit multakin. Mä ostin semmosia jotain uutuuksia, niin mun mielestä pitäis olla. En oo vielä ollut. But when I said my boss is pretty forgiving, I was talking about me, the boss, forgiving myself, the employee, for slacking off and showing you around. Yes, funny. Before Stellan can finish, Avery returns biscuit in tow. Winnie wanted to give you a biscuit on the house. She sends her condolences. Charity case. You didn't have to do that. It looks great. No worries, I hope you enjoyed. You pick up the biscuits. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface. You take a bite, it melts in your mouth as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. This is the best biscuit I've ever had, but that's not saying much. Yeah, but this is the best biscuit you've ever had, but you're not too big on biscuits in general. I don't think I actually like biscuits. Like, I know this is a really good biscuit, and I'd eat it again, but if this is the best the world of biscuits has to offer, consider me unimpressed. Mitä En mä nyt kuvitellut noin vastaavani sille. Itse ei saa, mä rakastan keksejä, en mä nyt ois noin halunnut vastata. Mä olin tosi huolimaton tossa kyllä. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So has Stella mentioned she's famous? Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. Look, you're not gonna go around tooting your own horn, you know I'm gonna do it for you. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. No siellä on ollut tartunnan, sanotaan kyllä vitun perseestä. Niin pitää enemmän puhua tuskin. Mut siis todellisuudessa niin meillä on ollut tässä jo pidempään se riski. Mutta joo, mä haluan jutella tosta.
Palautin mukaan. Teekin pois. Pikkoten.
Ai joo. Mä pelaan tämmöstä novellipeliä. Tää on kauhunovelli. Tää on vähän niinku ne mitä mä silloin se... Mitä mä pelasin sitä Toki Literature Clubia ja...
Nyt joku hentai peli.
Ei, kun se oli Se oli vaan niinku... Nää on kaikki itse piirrettyjä nää kuvat.
Niin ne näyttää. Tässä ei mitään niinku grafiikkaa.
Ei tässä on keskustelu, josta mä voin valita vaihtoehtoja vaan niinku... Sit nää reagoi sen mukaan.
Näkyykö tässä päähenkilö? Näkyykö tässä?
Ei näe tällä... No siis mä en tiedä vielä, onks... Tää on niinku... Tää ravintoloitsija, täällä mä oon ravintolassa. Tää on YouTuberi tää. YouTuberi tää tyyppi. Mä heti kiinnostaa tietää, että... What kind of videos do you do? He hunts... cryptids. She hunts cryptids. You should really check out her channel, Rudy. It's amazing. I think the best video to start with would be that river one, not the lake, but you know, the controversial one. The Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of that outing at the time, but it wound up being my most popular video by far. The River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from the single sighting. Two Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on the camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in the river. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if was the case, I'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. Vaikea nähdä mikä tää on sitten. I also had people saying it was a dog or even a capybara that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own two eyes. Anteeksi vaan, mut mä en osaa sanoa mitä tää tarkoittaa. Cryptids. I don't believe. It's an honest to goodness cryptid right there. No way there's a beaver or a dog. And there's no way a capybara would be swimming in a river in the mountains of North Carolina. Unless there's some North American colony of capybaras in Appalachia, but that would still count as a cryptid, wouldn't it? Sorry, mut siis ei. damn it then. God damn. Until someone catches a capybara up there, that would still count as a cryptid by most standards. The comment section went nuts for this footage, and from there it spread to Twitter pretty fast. There were polls for days. I even had actual experts weighing in. It was a really cool experience, and it meant the video did some pretty great numbers. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. Sure, it's not like any local sanctuaries, we're missing one, but there's always people keeping exotic animals as pets. Kind of a surrogator type situation. Exactly. Some exotic pet owners set it free and now it will forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commanders for years to come. So speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along. Pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the... Wait, no spoilers. It's okay, I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends. See you all around. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after Skunk Ape. It's like Bigfoot, but smellier. Most Skunk Ape sightings are from Florida, but while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck playing tug of war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say? Wanna tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against the darkening sky, that sort of thing. Against my better judgment, yes. I will follow a girl I just met in the woods at night to chase after dangerous beasts. Sounds fun. When you put it that way, it sure does sound like this is a bad idea. But trust me, we'll have a great time. It's been a while since I've had anyone besides Gretchen out there with me. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple buddies of mine back in the middle school, so it's kinda like a blast from the past. Me and Kanina and Reese running around the woods, flipping over the rocks and bothering salamanders. Our videos were terrible, but we had a lot of fun, and that's all that mattered to us. You know, that gets me thinking, I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us. Get the old gang back together. Though I guess Kanika has to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we could get him to come out of his hideaway hole. If he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Del pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by or... Okay. If you're really sure, but if you change your mind. I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. He's Tabitha's cousin. I know he's just here for the week. Anyway, we're going out to look for a skunk ape. We could take easier trails if that would help. Damn, man. That sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have more low-key hang. How's that? Yeah, I'll bring him. Talk to you soon. Bye, Boba. Bye, bud. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Explore, did he ask you to bring me to his house? Why? He's excited to meet you, of course. I think you'll find most folks in town are. I'm glad it's just the two of us. Honestly, I'm kind of glad it's just the two of us. Yeah, fair enough. You just got here and I'm probably already overloading you a bit. Sorry about that. Hyvä, että niitä muita hemmoja ei tullut, koska en mä tunne edes tätä, niin sit se olisi tullut liian niinku liian monta henkilöä. Liian monta tuntematonta henkilöä. We should stop by his place sometime this week though. I think you two would like each other. Mä oon kuullut tuon ennenkin, että joku sanoo mulle näin. Että joku tuntematon henkilö voisi tykätä musta. He can be a little rough around the edges, but in like a funny way. Anyways, we've got a skunk ape to hunt. So we should probably head out if we want to make it up the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. You didn't even leave a generous tip. You reach into your pocket and pull out a crumbled $5 bill. You know, it's a bit more than one would expect to get from such a short dining experience. But you might as well share the wealth while you've got it. En mä edes ostettu sitä mitään. You smooth out the bill before placing it on the table inconspicuously. Oh my god, man, so low. That's awesome of you. Every will appreciate that, I'm sure. Stella turns to leave the diner with you following close behind. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with the renewed clarity. Pitää muistaa ihan näitä kuvia. You're in the new place, far from civilization and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters. You feel... Tää on mun mielestä oikea vaihtoehto. Strangely calm. The setting sun paints beautiful colors in the sky, fresh and air fills your lungs, and pleasant songs of crickets trill around you as night descends. This is where you're supposed to be, with Stella by your side, a sweet smile on her face, and Gretchen pottling along in front without a care in the world. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record, since last year at least. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest yet until the next summer, which always finds a way to be so much worse. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air and see the leaves change, like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. we should talk about something more fun like skunk apes. Do you ever hunt things that aren't cryptids, like ghosts and whatnot? Mä en oo kuullut cryptids-sanaa ennen. Ehkä se on niinku just tarkoittaa jotain Bigfootteja ja tällaisia mystisiä olentoja, legendoja. Ghosts, demons, werewolves, and that sort of thing. For sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. I never had much luck though. Especially when it came to ghosts. Like when I first started doing solo videos, I'd go into all sorts of old, abandoned buildings, hoping I'd stumble across some sort of activity. But nothing ever happened. It was always just me and my camera in an old house getting worked up over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. When all is said and done, I've just been a lot luckier with cryptids. I want to believe in ghosts so bad and I can't rule out the possibility and there really are true hauntings out there, but if there are, I sure as heck haven't seen any myself. Werewolves I kind of lump in with cryptids. I'd be shocked if there actually were people out there who turned into animals, but werewolf lore lines up pretty well with the great beast genre of cryptid. As for demons, I don't know. I honestly don't even want to consider the possibility that they exist, because if they really are out there, a lot of folks have doomed to an eternity of flames. But let's hope all that's just bunk, am I right? What about aliens? What do you think about aliens? Don't even get me started. Did you see those UFO videos the government declassified? Aliens are definitely real and they have absolutely visited Earth. Like I believe in aliens way more than I believe in cryptids. You don't see me hunting aliens out there because we know they're real. Nice. I know we had a connection. I know somebody who knows somebody who heard a story from this trucker in Fayetteville. His truck stops in the middle of the road, just shut down completely, even though he had a full tank of gas. And suddenly it looked like a daylight outside. He could see cows out in the fields, birds in the sky, then this metallic-like egg thing appeared, floating in front of his truck. He passed out, and when he woke up he was missing one of his pinkies. It was like it had never even been there. It was just a smooth skin where a pinky should be. I know it's a second-hand source, but there's plenty more like it, and if they are true, could have been the government. I'm convinced, makes sense to me, for sure. And even if this one's hogwash, there's a lot of evidence out there. Mä tekisin mä käydä hakemassa mun viimeinen olut. Mä käyn nopeasti hakemaan. What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen in these woods? Other than anything cryptid related. That's a good one. Let me think. Well, there's always the deer I saw stealing baby birds out of a nest and eating them. That was pretty messed up. I think most people know about that these days. I've seen tons of videos of other deer doing it, so I'm not sure if it counts as weird anymore. Tetanus Lake. That's definitely the weirdest. It was 5 foot deep, 30 foot wide pile of old cans and bottles and assorted carpet, with grass and trees growing on it. So you could barely tell it was there until you stepped on it. It was practically solid ground with how much it had been compressed, but you could still fall through it if you weren't careful, hence the name. Better be up on your shots if you want to mess around in there. It was all stuff from the 50s too, which was super neat. I salvaged a few bottles that I keep on my dresser as a little souvenir. Just curious. There was that time back in early high school when Reese fell down a cliff. But he was fine. We had some folks from town rig up a pulley to get him out of the ravine. And his leg only took a couple of months to heal. All in all, not too bad. So I guess there was also that time I was out here alone and kinda got stuck in a cave. I was getting great footage of what I thought was a family of vampus cats, but I wasn't able to wiggle my way back out. Mä edelleenkään tiedä mitä ne cryptidit on. Onks, mitä helvetti? Paidassa lukee Mothman. Turns out that the vampus cats were actually skunks. Mitä? Vampus cats? Skunks who very much did not appreciate me blocking the entrance to their hidey hole. And instead of running for help, Gretchen just sat outside bored to tears. Lassie she is not. It took about an hour to get loose, which was pretty intense. But a few tomato juice baths later, I was right as rain. So it could have been a lot worse. And there was a time I accidentally stumbled onto Old Duke's property and nearly got my head shot off. But that happens to everybody sooner or later. I'd barely count it. So yeah. These hikes aren't all that dangerous, all things considered. Let's move on. Did you hear that? Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. And to you, Stella. You're always jumping at nothing, girl. Sorry for being jumpy, Duke. I thought you were some creature of darkness. Just old Duke. Oh, what the hell are you looking for a way out here? Skunk Ape, sorry I asked. And who's this you've suckered into coming with you? Wait to take your orange is that? Yep, I see. Welcome to the holler. My condolences, I'll keep you in my prayers. Now, both of you all head back on to town here. You hear? It's best you steer well clear of this area tonight. I'm out dealing with my own critter and won't be too appreciative if a couple of fools with a camera scare away the more sensitive wildlife. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy. Something musky? Have you seen anything like that recently? Wouldn't you like to know? You never could stay in your business, Stella Richmond. Richmond? Put that damned camera down. Come on, Duke. Maybe I could help out. I'm pretty good at tracking. You know, I learned from the best. That you did. But I have yet to see a shred of proof that you listened to any of it. The way you tromp around the woods at night yelling about chunkabungas or what have you. Something's been getting at my chickens. I've lost 3 this week and can't afford to lose many more than that. I'm so sorry to hear that. Onkohan siellä joku nostalginen Die Hard on menossa? Se ykkönen. Tää on sellainen joululeffa mulle. Katon sit lähempänä joulu. Millä kanavalla se on? Se on just alkanut sitten. Mä oon niin lukittautunut tähän peliin, että... Mitä Anisku on pelannut? I wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chicken. Now see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. I ain't no Skunk Ape. It ain't no Skunk Ape. Whatever the hell that is. I know exactly what this is. But I know you won't believe me if I tell you. En mittä pelaan. Supinta, okay. Don't think it's... I do actually. It's those damn mountain lions. They're out there still. I don't care what your little investigations turned up. You haven't been out in these woods as long as I have. Those sons of bitches are sneaky, of course you wouldn't find any in one night of tracking. And I know for a fact that that's what's been getting at my chickens. Couldn't be anything else. I'm telling you man, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since the 1990s. And even those were iffy. Can't believe you got out there on your YouTube saying some river monsters spotted by a couple of school-age boy. Ai se ostat tollas. Tuo on hyvä. School-age Boy Scouts have been 100% confirmed. Yet Appalachian suckers are some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by cheaters like me. You made me look like a fool. I read those comments people were posting on your video. They were calling me all kinds of names just for seeing things with my own eyes that I know to be true. I'm sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. I just don't think it's plausible. You eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of those woods at dawn. And if you two don't want to face full of poke shots, I suggest you run home and stay out of the woods tonight. You threatening us? Don't butt in, this is between Duke and Stella. You stand awkwardly by as the two continue to argue. Duke, you're just wasting your time. Give us just one night out there to see what we can find. And I'm sure we can get to the bottom of this. Yeah, right. You get some shaky footage of a raccoon and claim it's a heretofore unknown creature that has heat ray vision or some such nonsense. I know what I'm looking for, and there's no way I'm backing down. But I've got a film tonight. The film needs to be out by tomorrow evening so I can keep on schedule. If I miss an update, I might lose my new sponsor. And who knows what that'll mean for my career. You ain't the only one on schedule, as you will know, my boy. Bo and me are headed down to the state fair to show off Big Betty tomorrow morning. We'll be gone near a whole week, so our chicken coop might as well have a big all-you-can-eat sign on it. You know how I feel about my chickens. I couldn't take it if I lost any more of poor little ladies. Walk away. Let's just go, Stella. He's not gonna budge. You're right. No point in losing any more time to arguing. Fine, we'll head back to town. Break a leg out there. Break a leg out there, Duke. Break a what now? Good luck, old man. Have a nice night, you all. Ei päästy sitten kuvaamaan mitään. As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came. The coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke edge us out that easy. Come on! I know a trail that'll let us get around him. Joo, ehdottomasti. Yes, I knew you wouldn't give up on the hunt. Never. And trust me, we don't have anything to worry about from old Duke or his shotgun. I've gone out hunting with him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing through the trees when he walks. Even if we do cross paths, we'll hear him long before he catches wind of us. The trail's just up this way, let's go. Mitähän me löydetään täältä? Anteeksi. Alright, this looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera. He hands you the camera and takes position. As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious Rudy, and I find ourselves on a high hill in the Blue Ridge Mountains, where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive yet pungent skunk ape. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the eastern edge of the United States, including right in this very county. He's hoping we get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellars. I can take the camera off your hands for now. We'll be able to start the tracking scenes once the sun sets all the way. In the meantime, we get to take in all this beautiful scenery. It's gorgeous out here, don't you think? It's breathtaking. Mä tykkään niin paljon noista tähdistä, että the unbreathtaking. And the air is so clean and fresh. I feel like I'm breathing for the first time. It is. I'm glad you came out here. Gretchen has no appreciation for beautiful mountain vistas. And it gets old saying wow into the empty expanse every time I come out here. It's nice to have someone to say wow with. Your quiet moment with Stella is broken by a loud percussive snort. Death has come for me at last. No need to panic. That's just the sound deer make when they want to warn the rest of their herd about big scary predators like us. Let's check it out. As you and Stella hear the footfalls of animals retreating into the woods, she reaches for her flashlight. There's a normal at the bottom. A single deer remains behind, staring down the light of Stella's flashlight while the Crenchen whines and pulls at her harness. And then it's gone. Jeez, Crenchen, calm down, you're gonna hurt yourself. She cannot handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has had a habit of slipping her harness when she wants to go after something. You're too much of a potato. They don't make harness to fit potatoes, do they? Peun. Same for me. How's about we take a quick snack break for fuel up? Then we get right into the night's activities. I've got all the best trail snacks. Okay, as you settle down to rest, Stella breaks open a bag of assorted snacks. Classic choice. It never fails to satisfy. I like to mix my own to make sure it has the best stuff. And I use the dried cherries instead of raisins. Maybe it's a bit of a controversial pick, but even as someone who's passionate about dried fruit, I simply cannot abide the raisins. Raisins are glorified mouse droppings. They destroy everything they touch. Definitely. Any other dried fruit is better. Glad to finally meet a fellow preserved fruit connoisseur who can appreciate my refined taste in trail mix. Ai että. You and Stella settled down on an overlook, snacks in hand, as the quiet sounds of evening wildlife wash over you. So tell me what it's like in... Yes, do you have a house, an apartment? Do you live with family, roommates, pets? Tell me what it's like to be Rudy. Mä olen niinku treffeillä tässä. Ensimmäinen vaihtoehto. Mixed bag. At first, it was kinda nice to finally have a space that was just mine. But now it feels cramped. It's like I'm stuck in a closet alone, and no one can come let me out because I chose this for myself. And as far as they know, I'm happy being there. The lights flicker. The toilet is constantly getting backed up because the landlady upstairs keeps flushing her cat's litter. It smells like cigarettes for some reason. And it's home to an extremely durable population of roaches. But I guess it's home. I do what I can to spruce up the place. I got a plant, you know how they say living things are supposed to brighten up a room. When you put it like that, I wonder if staying in that old mansion is a step up or a step down for you. Maybe just a step sideways. Have you tried looking for a different place or maybe finding a roommate? It's gotta be a better apartment than that in a big city like. Oh, I hear you. I've been saving up for something better. Oh yeah? So what do you do for a living? I'm a streamer. I'm a streamer. I'm actually a streamer. Oh, no way. A fellow content creator. That's awesome. I knew we had a lot in common, Rudy. What sort of streams do you do? Play video games. I mostly stream video games. That's cool. I think Reese does games too, but he's pretty cagey about sharing his stuff. I'll have to check out your channel sometime this week. How do you like it? I wouldn't trade it for the world. Most people I meet tend to raise their eyebrows when I tell them what I do, but I love it. It might not be much, but it makes me feel like I'm taking control of my own destiny. Believe me, I can relate. I don't think I give up what I do for anything. A crisp breeze passes over you. What about you? What's your living situation? Rich and I live in a little house just outside town. It's actually the house I grew up in, so it has a lot of pleasant memories attached to it. And I'm glad I could keep it in the family. My great-great-grandfather built that house and he must have done a great job. Because it's just as sturdy as it's ever been. Hyvää iltaa, Salvuore. Do you live alone? Yeah, the place used to belong to my parents, but they're not around anymore. And the whole is small enough place that other folks don't need roommates. They died. It's okay, it's okay. I've done my morning. You don't have to watch your words around me or anything. Life goes on. My mom died pretty recently, so I get it. It's alright if you ever need to talk about things. Tää on tämmönen kuin... mikä tän pelin nimi oli edes? Scarlet Hollow. Tämmönen kauhunovelli. Tää oli ilmaisena tää ensimmäinen episodi Steamissa. Mä en yhtään tiennyt, että kuinka kauan tää vielä kestää, mutta on ollut tosi mielenkiintoinen silleen. Tultiin tämmöiseen Scarlet kylään vierailemaan meidän serkun luona, jonka äiti on kuollut. Ja nyt mä oon niinku ensimmäistä yötä siellä. Mä lähdin seikkailemaan tänne kaupungille ja mä löysin tämmösen Stella-tyypin täältä, joka on YouTuberi. Ja me lähdettiin metsästä jotain otuksia tai videokuvaa, jotain se videoa tänne metsään. Ja nyt me keskustellaan tässä. How are you holding up? Silleen tässä ei vielä ole ollut mitään silleen pelottavaa, mutta mulla on semmosia tuntemuksia, että tää muuttuu pikkuhiljaa. En usko, että olisi kauhu heti aluksi. Mahtava alkutarina, jos on nykyaikana tubettaja. Joo, ja mä sanoin, mun piti kuvata itteeni tälle tytölle, niin mä sanoin, että mä olen streameri. Mä pystyin heittämään semmosen vaihtoehdon, mun mielestä oli ihan siistiä. Tää peli pikkuhiljaa avautuu tästä. Me ollaan semmosessa todella hylätyssä kaupungissa. Ja se paikka, missä me ollaan, niin on semmonen vanha helvetin iso kartano. Pelottavan näköinen. Joka on niinku tosi huonossa kunnossa. Mä haluan päästä lisää tutkimaan sitä, mutta nyt me ollaan täällä kaupungissa menossa tällä hetkellä. Mä oon ihan paska selittämään näitä tarinoita näissä peleissä, mitä mä oon pelannut, mutta it was a long time coming, so it wasn't a surprise. I'd kind of come to terms with it by the time it actually happened. It's not all bad, she doesn't have to be in pain anymore. That's a relief. The hospital bills are another story. Though. Hyvä sekä kuvas pääsin kärrylle. Good. I can't even imagine how bad that must be. It's just salt in the wound at that point. Nyt kuuluu joku todella läheltä. Stella immediately backs her back and slings it over her shoulder. Jesus Christ, no kidding. Whatever made that sound, I've never heard anything like it. And it's close, niinpä. Old Gretchen on toisen bulldogki tuo koira. Gretchen's leash for me and let's check this out. Nämä on kaikki käsin piirrettyjä nämä käsittääkseni nämä kuvat tässä. You and Stella inch towards the tree line and as she shines her flashlight into the brush. As you approach, a series of weak clutch call out from a nearby bush. Maybe Duke's birds were eaten. Tuo välissä tekee tuon, että se vaihtaa tuon tekstin liian nopeasti, mä en lukea sitä. What the hell was that? Hold on, I gotta play that back. Holy shit, I'm guessing it must be maybe 2-3 feet tall. Doesn't look hairy either. I think I can rule out a skunk ape. Sen takia näyttää kauniita, on muuten aika taitava piirtäjä. Todellakin. But whatever it is, it has one of the Duke's chickens. The Duke on semmonen vanha ukko. Se oli kaksipiippuisella haulikolla, se tuli meitä äsken vastaan. Siltä oli hävinnyt pari chickeniä. Ja se oli metsästämässä mountain niinku leijonia. Ja tää tyttö väitti, että ne on kuollut jo sukupuuttoon tältä alueelta, mutta se mies ei uskonut. Ja me väitettiin sille Dukelle, että me lähdettiin takaisin sinne kaupunkiin, että täällä oli liian vaarallista, mutta sitten me niinku periaatteessa valeheltiin sille, me jäätiin tänne silti. Mut nyt me löydettiin yksi näköjään noista kanoista. It looks like it's headed north. Let's go after it. Mä oon menossa saman tien ton, koska mä haluan tietää mitä tästä tapahtuu. You follow Stella as she sprints into the unknown. Gretchen excitedly pulling you along by her leash. Se kana. Monsters, God, you were gonna die. Are you okay? I'm alright. I just tripped on something weird. The poor thing. It must have been one of Duke's. Still alive. Investigate the chicken. Kehittyy varmasti. Mitkä vastausmahdollisuudet? You move towards Stella to get a closer look at the chicken. This on niin oudon näköinen. Don't let Gretchen too close, she'll try to take a bite if you don't stop her. You hold Gretchen leash close to her chest. She seems nervous, squirming slightly against her harness. Meitä tuli aikaisemmin vastaan peura. Ja sillä oli tämmösiä lumppeja sen päässä 2 kappaletta myös mä huomasin. Good God. At first you thought it might have been a tumor. But this is something else. The skin is stretched taut. The growth pulsing beneath. Whatever it might be, you know better than to investigate this lump any closer. You've seen horror movies. You back away from the chicken, your curiosity eclipsed by your instinct for self-preservation. Its poor little chicken eyes look up at you, glazed over but still rolling around in their sockets with unfortunate life. Looks like this is what Stella slipped on. The wing is barely still attached. But that seems to be the least of this chicken's concerns. Joo, mä rakastan musiikkia tästä on tosi. Having investigated to your heart's content, you turn away to give Stella room to film. This seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but she definitely seems to have some sort of growth under her skin. Could be a tumor, could be something else. Either way, I don't think there's much that can be done for her at this point. I'm gonna have to put up some massive content warnings for this video. Do you hear that? Tuo ei kuulosta kyllä miltään eläimeltä. Siinä on se Duke. What in Sam Hill are you two doing out here? Did I tell you to... Birdie. Oh Birdie, what's wrong darling, good God. Did you see what did this to her? We're on the same team here. Dude, we're on the same team here. We both want to know what happened to Birdie as much as you do right now, so we'll get to the bottom of this, I promise. We were on a trail when we found her, like this. Whatever did this to her, I think we can hear them in the trees. Put the camera away, for God's sake, girl. I don't want to be in another of your videos. No one needs to see me like this. No one needs to see Birdie like this. You wouldn't put her online, would you? Not when she's like this, swollen and hurting. Dude, did you hear me? I think they're coming closer. Come out, you sons of bitches. Dude, don't shoot them. We have no idea what will happen. You hear that, Stella? That ain't the sound of something peace-like. Whatever these things are, they're pay for what they did to my girls. Come on! You, whatever your name is, grab that flashlight and help me line up a good shot. As the creatures in the tree line grow louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness. Powerful build. Tuck your arm and diver. Alien Eka. You heroically dive forward, tucking Gretchen under one arm and grabbing the flashlight with the other. Tää noin. Kato minkä näköisiä otuksia. I said end the damn thing quick. Perfect. Just grazed it. But that should make it pretty easy to track, Stella. A blood trail is pretty hard to miss, because we know it wasn't mountain lions after all. Though it didn't look like any cryptid I've heard of either. This is gonna be one hell of a video. We've gotta go after them while we still have the chance. Thanks for taking care of Gretchen, by the way. I can take her from here. I'll be damned if I let her chase after those things alone. Alone, you have had no choice but to follow Duke, Stella, and Gretchen into the darkness. Guess I'll die. Go after them. Go after them. You steal your nerves and run into the unknown. Uh-huh. As you push deeper into the woods, the unearthly sounds once again surround you. Guys. The blood trail cuts through here. Come on, we must be close. Hulluja, damn it, girl. If you're trying to get us lost, slow down. There's a clearing up ahead. I think I'm gonna be sick. Lord, that smell. The shrieks pull back into shady whispers as you, Stella and Duke, stumble upon the putrid bodies of dozens of dead and dying animals. A sinking realization pulls at your gut. This is their nest, and you are surrounded. I can take them. We need to leave. The kid is right, Stella. They're circling us because they're protecting their blood. Or whatever it is they've been planting in these animals. We have to get the hell out of here while we still can. Alright, let's go. I think we've got plenty of footage. Just as you follow Stella and Duke in a mad dash through the woods, so do the unearthly hollers and whispers of the nest. In the highest branches of trees, and down on the forest floor, they're all around you, casually keeping pace with you all out. Sprint. Quick, my truck's down this way. Juman kautta mihin me sekaannuttiin. You make it to the road, but 3 of the creatures stand between you and Duke's truck. Duke ammu niitä. Why, Duke, you have to give them birdie. Musta tuntuu, että ne haluaa sen takia ne seuraa, koska ne haluaa ton Chimkeni. Give the Chimken. Bird is right, Duke. Is this what you want? Is this what you want, you sons of bitches? Fine, take her. Take her and leave us be. Don't have his sin. Get in the truck and let's get the hell out of here. The 3 of you sit in silence as Duke drives back to town. The ride feels both like an eternity and like nothing at all. Eventually it's over. And you find yourself outside of Stella's house. Thanks for taking me home, Duke. Anytime, but Jesus, Mary and Joseph. What were those things? I have no idea. I've never heard of anything like them. But I got a ton of footage. Nothing really clear, but it's a start. I better get checked in with Bo. Be worrying about me. You and your friends stay safe. Nyt on kans ottaa ne kanat sieltä ulkoa pois ja pois sisälle jonnekin. Looks like those things didn't follow us, but well, no point in talking about the buts. Just look out for yourselves. Take care, Duke. Mä en halua lähteä täältä vielä, mä haluan keskustella tän kanssa. And here you are, back in town, away from the woods, with no one but Stella in sight. Your phone buzzes in your pocket. Now that you're back in town, you must finally be getting reception again. Okay. Tabitha on vähän soitellut meille. Where the hell did you go? 6 missed calls from Tabitha. Se on se meidän serkku. And 13 text messages. Soitetaan nyt sille ihmeessä. You try and call Tabitha back, but it goes straight to voicemail. Think I'm in trouble. There's a lot of texts and missed calls from you know who. Maybe Tabby's just worried about you. God, what a mess this night's been. What do you make of everything we saw? I don't know. I haven't seen or read about anything like this. Although maybe... Mukava asetelma ja tausta. Plus ne metsän hirviöt ja on sellaisia, ettei liian läheistä tuttavuutta niihin halua. Ja ei todella oli tosi creepin näköisiä. Ja niillä oli tehty aika siistit äänet kyllä. tosi pelottavat. We've got to find out more about those things. The library doesn't open for a while, so any real research will have to wait until the morning. That being said, there is someone in town who might have some useful information. Their place isn't far. We should head over now before it gets any later. Let's keep this nightmare going. Mun täytyisi varmaan oikeesti tsekata sen Tapitan kanssa, koska se ihmettelee minne helvettiin me ollaan niinku kadottu. Vaikka mä haluaisinkin jatkaa tätä. Mä haluaisin jatkaa tän kanssa. Mut mun pakko sanoa. I should probably check in on Tapita. My friend's place is on the way back on the shopping. And stopping by shouldn't take long. You sure don't want to stop in first? And I wouldn't want to head up that mountain road by myself after everything that's happened tonight. Oh my god. When you put it like that, how can I say no? Kyllä. Let's go. General store. This must be where Stella's friend Kanika lives. I hope she's still awake. Rudy. Jesus. What? You Stella turned to see a shadowy figure staring at you from across the road. You didn't hear it approach. Miksi sen silmät hehkui sen paita on veressä? Welcome home. Before you can respond, the door behind you swings open. A middle-aged woman stands in the entryway. Go home, Wayne. I can't help you tonight. Look back and the figure is already gone. Disappeared into the shadows of the night. I'm sorry about that, Stella. Some people just can't be helped. What brings you out here so late? And who is this? I am Mrs. Forsyth. This is Rudy. Is it okay if we come in? Se vie pahalle teille. Mä vaan jähmettyneenä seuraan tätä, vaikka mulla olisi chanssi lähteä poiskin, mutta mulla jotenkin kiinnostaa hirveästi tietää, että mihin tää vie. Tää vie varmasti kuolemaan. Of course, you're in luck. I just put on water for hibiscus tea. And for goodness sake, you can call me Sybil. Sybil. Vittu mikään nimi tällä mummerolla. You're an adult now after all. Welcome to my little nook. Sillä kasvaa kaikennäköistä kasvia täällä. Tää on joku pilvimummo. It's nice to finally meet you, Rudy. I was so sorry to hear about your mother. Vivian was such a lovely soul, and she's been sorely missed in the holler. And now poor Perlane is gone as well. Do let me know if there's anything you need while you're in town. Näissä Explore-kysymyksissä on se, että jos mä valitsen vaikka tän, niin sit mä en myöhemmin välttämättä pysty vissiin kysymään sitä toista. Niin kuin mua tässä esimerkiksi kiinnostaa, kuka se oli siellä ulkona. Mut sit mua myös kiinnostaa tää. että ties tän äitin. Nyt mun pitäis tehdä se valinta sit, että kumman mä otan. Luontaistuotekauppa. Perkele. Mä haluan toi kiinnostaa, mä valitsen tuon. Who was that outside? Just a very sick man. You don't need to be worried about him. Okei, pystyn mä kysymään tämänkin. Of course, dear. She was a good friend of mine for many years. She was such a lovely woman. You should come by sometime. I can delight you with unsavory tales of her youth. How did you know that she died? Berlin was a chatty woman. Not much went on that I wouldn't get a earful of, bless her heart. I never met Berlin. You don't have to pass on your condolences to me. I have no feelings about the woman. That's fair, Jod, but it seemed like the right thing to do. We need your help. Yes, I suppose pleasantries can wait for another time. What's got you here so late? You seem troubled. Tää on siisti systeemi, mutta tekee samalla vaikeamman valita. No, mä en tiedä, tossa mä pystyin niinku... En mä tiedä, onko mä ymmärtänyt jotain väärin, mutta mun mielestä se oli silleen, tossa mä pystyin kysymään noin kaikki. Onko siellä sit jotain merkitystä, mitä mä kysyin ensin? En mä oikein tiedä. You know about the weird stuff, right? Unexplainable stuff. I'm not sure I follow, dear. I know which oils to use for which aches. I know a bit about classical spiritualism. Just what sort of unexplainable things are you talking about? We run into some creatures out in the woods. These things, I don't even know how to describe them. I can't say I know much about local wildlife. My daughter has always had a brighter gift for nature than I. Vai sitä järjestyksellä olla väliä, ja voihan se henkilö reagoida siihen kysymykseen niin, ettei halua enää vastailla. Niin just. This wasn't the local wildlife, Mrs. Forsyth. Here I can show you. Stella pulls out her camera and tilts the screens towards Sybil. One of your little videos. Säikähtää. Where was this? Up the mountains to the northwest. Within the town limit. Yes. Terveellä on valmis. I see. Is there a way to make the video bigger and louder if you can? I'd need to plug the memory card into a computer. I could go back and get mine. No need. Kanika should still be awake. She can lend us hers. So Kanika, me puhuttiin tän tytön kanssa kahviossa tästä Kanikasta, että haluaisiko se tulla meidän kanssa messiin, eli tää tietää tän Kanika. You'd better come with Stella. I'm sure she'll be more willing to help a friend than her noisy mother. Pelaatteko te? Oh. Oh jaa. Ota vaan. Mä en oo ikinä maistanut tommosia ennen. Kanika, come out. Come on out. We would use a little help. What, Mom? Hey, Stella. And Gretchen, who's a good potato? And a stranger. What are you doing in my house? I was helping Stella with a video and something terrible happened. Tabitha's cousin? Yep. Sweetie, we were wondering if we could borrow your laptop. Stella and her friend have a video to show us. It's really important, Kanika. Okay. Our room's a mess. I just bring it out there. Mitä? Joo. Joo, ota vaan. Heads up, Kanika. This is graphic. There's a lot of dead and sick animals on the recording. You know, I have a harder stomach than any of our friends. I'm pressing play. Silence washes over the room as the video plays. Stella, what the hell is this? I'm sorry either of you had to see this, but Rudy and I have no idea how to make heads or tails of it. Stella, are you okay? Did you get hurt? I'm fine, really, I'm okay. Well, I'm not fine. I'm not fine. The other three look at you unsure of what to say. Tosi pettyneitä. Unfortunately, if these creatures are what I think they are, two of you are embroiled in something quite sinister. My grandmother called them ditchlings, as they are a terrible omen. Älä tietää, a sign of great suffering and destruction to come. Mom, come on, whatever's doing this is serious. Stop scaring Stella and Rudy with this talibo crap. Kanika, sweetie, let your mother talk. The creatures themselves are harmless to people, despite the grisly scene in the woods. But just as birds flock before a storm, the ditchlings congregate where the tragedy is soon to fall. To see one is to be cursed by fate. To see so many is in one place is... The bull holds her silence. Jesus, Mom. They've clearly had a rough night. They don't need this. It's okay, Kanika. This is helpful. Stella, whatever these things are, they aren't magic. We can't rule that out, not after what we saw. Fine. Focus on what we know. Whatever they are, they're doing something to these animals. You saw that nest. What were those scrolls? Hey, toy. Maybe they're making more of themselves. Yeah, maybe what we're seeing here is some sort of parasitic larval stage, part of their life cycle. But I don't want to jump to any conclusions about something this out there, not without doing some research or talking to a biologist. I'm sure there's rational explanations that'll clear all of this up. Sipula on vähän eri mieltä. Tää maailmanloppu tulossa nyt. Oh dear, I forgot entirely about the tea I'd put on. Let me fix you up a couple of cups. It'll help soothe your nerves. I don't know. It's getting late and I should let Rudy get some rest. I ran him ragged today with all the hiking and running through the woods in terror. I can keep going. My wired. Can stay out, I'm still wired from everything that happened. Okay, maybe it's that I'm eager to get home and start doing some research. I'll ask around on my usual forums to see if anyone has information on ditchlings. Is that what you call them? That's right. You're going home now, and do try to get some rest. Don't stay up all night on the online. Let me get you some of my house-made peppermint tea to go. It really does wonders to soothe the soul. Hi Stella. Toi kattoo mua. I see you tomorrow, okay? And call me if you need to talk. Thanks, Kaniga. I'll see you. Bye, Rudy. Rudy. It's excellent iced or warm. Though with the nights getting chillier, warm will probably be best. Helps wake up the bones. Be careful out there, both of you. Sinnesemeni. Sybil turns and closes the door behind her. Alrighty, let's head back home, my home, I mean. En se mun serkku, voiks mä soittaa se? And here we are. You're welcome to stay the night if you want. You're welcome to stay the night if you want. Sleepover. Vitsi, mä en tiedä. Mä haluaisin mennä juttelemaan sille. Se meidän serkku, se Tabita on siis, se on semmonen tosi masentunut, ärtyisä henkilö, joka ei tykkää niinku puhua melkein ollenkaan. Niin, mut miksi eihän me olla niinku velvollisia ilmoittamaan missä mä oon. Eiks mä oon aikuinen? Nyt on niinku ilta, me ollaan menossa nukkumaan. Mä voin huomenna aamuna sit selittää sille. Ei se on mun äiti, se on mun serkku. Mä voin tehdä mitä mä haluan. Hell yeah, sleepover. Niin. Huomenna aamulla sitten. It's been so long since I've had an honest to God sleepover. Awesome. If I'm being honest, not being alone tonight is a weight off my chest. No niin, se on mullekin, koska jos mä menisin sinne Tabitan luokse, niin mä olisin siellä tosi paskasessa huoneessa. Se huone, missä mä oon, niin se on tosi likainen, pölyinen. Se vessa on vielä hirveämmän näköinen. Ja sit se kieltää mua käyttämästä sen omaa vessaa, tai sit sen kuolleen äitin vessa. Niitä ei saa käyttää. Guest toi bathroomia saa käyttää, vaan mikä on siis ihan hirveessä. Se vessassa, se pöntössä oli torakoita. It doesn't take long for Stella to fix up the guest room for you. While it's certainly smaller than its counterpart at this estate, it's far better cared for. No, niin varmasti. Make yourself at home. What do you make all of this? I don't even know where to begin. Those creatures are out there and they're doing something horrible to the local wildlife. I know that some of the things Sybil said were a little wild, but if she is right and they are an omen, maybe we can change things and stop whatever's brought them here before it happens. I don't know what to think. That's fair. I have to see what tomorrow reaches research turns up. Who was that guy outside of Sybil's? There was something really off about him. Wayne. I haven't really gotten to know the guy. I think he works in the mine. Might be worth looking into him. You don't have to worry about that. I'm glad the guest room is finally getting some use. I'm gonna pass out. Get some rest, Rudy. I'll see you in the morning. Sama samalla kun sitä pitää huolissa, kun ei ole vieraanvarainen. Niin. Mä haluan saada senkin niin kuin... Mä haluan jutella sillekin enemmän niin kuin, että se niin kuin... Se mä luulen, että se muuttuu kyllä. Meidän pitää vaan jutella sille enemmän. Mut se hävisi niin nopeasti siinä alussa, että mä jäin yksin ja mä lähdin tänne kaupungille. From the comfort of Stella's guest bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else. Though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Eventually, the sun will rise and chase away the monsters that make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in the normal world and have a relaxing week in the mountains with a new friend. It's a nice thought, but deep down you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. Se kun tässä pelissä on vielä niinku syksy, niin voiko osua paremmin kohdille? Kuka siellä itki? Oliko se... Siellä ne lurkkailee ne. Mä en muista niiden nimiä. Tuossa on oikeesti noin monta lukkoa tässä ovessa. Tossa on se kartan. Ja mä oon jotenkin... Tää loppu tähän vai mitä tää episodi 1? Tässä on niin monta suuntaa minne sä voit viedä tätä This is the end of episode 1. You can back the game on Kickstarter and get a discounted key for the rest of the game through the month of October. Voi vitsi, mä rakastin tätä. Mä kykään supporttaa tätä peliä. Ehdottomasti. Mutta hei, mun täytyy lopettaa varmaan. Joo, se on vähän ränsistyneen näköinen. Siellä kun muutama hyvässä kunnossa oleva huone. Suurin piirtein. Joo, kyllä. Nimenomaan. Voi vitsi, mä haluan lisää tätä peliä. Mutta niin, mä olin sanomassa, että mä lopetan nyt striimin tähän. Mulla huomenna olisi vähän töitä, niin mun täytyy mennä nukkumaan vähäksi aikaa. Ja mä käyn syömässä tossa vielä vähän, niin huomenna vois sitten jatkaa illemmalla striimailua pelaamista. Mutta kiitos kaikille seurasta. Hyvää yötä. Hyvää yötä, nähdään huomenna.